Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. We have a new Star Citizen 3.12.0a live patch that I wanted to talk about. Let's go over the patch notes and how Star Citizen stands at the end of 2020. The biggest fix in this mini patch is ship canopies. They should no longer open and close randomly without player input. And it appears to have worked. I never thought I would see the day that I could fly in my single-seat fighter and not feel the space wind in my hair constantly as my cockpit randomly exposed itself to vacuum. It's worth mentioning as well, though, that it does seem that with this patch deployment that any currently ongoing refinery jobs that you might have had in-game have been deleted. So bear that in mind. I hope that future patches won't do that. We know that they are supposed to have that stuff sort of contained within the long-term persistence, which is carried over between patches. Obviously, the refinery stuff wasn't at this stage. It does also appear that reputations and a lot of players' components that they had bought with Alpha UEC had been wiped with this patch deployment as well. But as I said, it should be carried over in the future with long-term persistence. So hopefully we won't have any more surprise random wipings of bits. Obviously there are going to be wipes in the future, like much bigger wipes than just a couple of things being wiped. But hopefully everything will persist for as long as it can. And when there's a wipe, it will probably be everything's wiped, not just a little bit because it didn't carry over. So bear that in mind. There are various other updates in this patch as well. Balance passes on mission payouts to make more rewarding. They've updated the North Rock Group bounty prices and made them local to systems. They've changed it so if a bounty hunter kills a PvP bounty, the mission is then withdrawn rather than failed for any other bounty hunters that were also on that mission. They've added warning to refinery terminals, letting players know that unselected materials from a ship will be discarded when creating a job. Interim pricing adjustments on restocking ship ordnance have been made, so missiles, torpedoes and countermeasures. You'll notice that your prices have changed for restocking your ship when you need those items. They've decreased min and max insurance time claimers for non-starter ships, so they've actually reduced these by 40 to 50%. As the previous changes were prohibitive to gameplay, they made some interim tuning changes to EVA movement that will allow you to turn more easily and recover from collisions and spinning. They've increased the drop shadow amount on the ship mining UI, and there have been various tweaks to the Toby eye tracker too. There are some major bug fixes here. They fixed an issue causing the Talon engines to overheat and ships to lose power when powering up. They corrected the Constellation's increase in hull health that came with 3.12.0 to the correct intended amounts. The holiday boxes should now be able to be sold, and I believe they sell for 1,000 Alpha UEC each at certain terminals. Now you can find these little boxes pretty much anywhere in major landing zones. ASOP spawned ship assets should no longer load slowly when first connecting to a server. There should no longer be two AI NPCs standing behind the guild office desk at mining shops on the refinery decks. They fixed an issue that was causing some players to infinitely load when joining the PU, and some players getting stuck on the splash screen when loading into the game. They fixed an issue causing some clients to not receive the full members list in the global channel, and issues causing shadows cast by the light from the stands and star to pop in and out while in cities. The Talon's weapon rack should now have a prompt to close it after it's been opened. There was an issue causing some players to see pixelated film grain even when the film grain setting was disabled. A blank contract available notification should no longer be displayed during the gameplay. The Viz area issues when using most ships have been fixed. They fixed pitch ladder not being aligned properly in mixed mode. Lawful cinematic music should now play correctly. Players will still send a video feed in FOIP even if they don't have a mic. So sort of bear that in mind. Mars Eckhart will no longer have a long pause after the player sits down. They fixed an issue causing certain keybinds to not be removable. Assaulting vehicle infractions should no longer be applied instantly, so they can actually now be forgiven. Numerous assets and structures should no longer fail to load in each of the classic race maps. Account reset should no longer sometimes fail and leap to multiple issues such as all ships being doubled in game. They fixed an issue in Arena Commander causing players to display on the same team. Players should no longer be able to equip an extra weapon to the left wing on their Aegis Gladius in the Vehicle Manager app. And they fixed an issue causing the 890 jump missions to not pay as much as intended, and an issue causing blank contract available messages to appear on screen. There should no longer be placeholder text for the paints on the Talon and the Talon Shrike. The Aegis Hammerhead Best in Show edition should be available in game, as should the Reclaimer version of that skin too. They fixed an issue causing Arena Commander and Star Marine UIs to be offset in widescreen monitors, and there have been various back-end service optimizations, and 11 client crashes fixed and 7 server crashes. There were a variety of known issues listed too for the current build, with some workarounds for some of these issues too. When logging into some commodity and refinery kiosks, they can display incorrect commodity information, TF20, and prevent sales. A workaround for that: try other trade terminals at different locations, try relogging and trying again. Area 18 specifically will error and fail in the admin office trade terminals. Some players are unable to activate mining consumables. Workaround for this is toggling scan mode, and that should allow consumables to be used. Also, using consumables from a different seat, or a different player using them from a different seat, can work. If you are working alone with the mole, then leave the pilot seat to use the turret. Toggle scanning mode, and that will force consumables to work. Illegal drug terminals are missing from their intended locations in rest stops. Workaround for that: they have temporarily added slam cell inventories to 2 junk sites in the persistent universe. The mission named A Very Difficult Task automatically completes when accepted. Station CRU-L1 and L5's external elevators are missing. The shopkeepers of both live fire weapons and guaranteed defense are stood away from their desks, and being arrested with both utility slots occupied causes the player to respawn in prison with a broken multi-tool. Other than those trade terminal issues, Star Citizen Alpha 3.12 is actually in a pretty good place, as far as alphas go anyway. It's pretty playable, seems pretty stable, there's a lot of access to gameplay and content, as well as workarounds for some of those annoying issues. Please bear in mind that I've only played this for a few hours, this particular build, and there is a whole host of potential issues that I haven't actually come across yet, and that aren't overly apparent, but it's looking pretty solid to me at the moment and very stable. The Xeno threat missions and in-game events were delayed to early 2021, so it's a shame that they didn't make the end of 2020 with this patch and build, but hopefully that means we'll get something a bit more functional and fun as well. No point in giving it to us if those sort of missions need a bit more testing and are too buggy. So yeah, it's a good end to the year patch-wise. Could have been a lot better with the Xeno threat and even more fixes, but it is good nonetheless. But what do you think? Have you been playing this latest patch release of 3.12.0a? What do you think? Did you lose anything in the patch deployment with components or sort of like any of your refinery jobs or whatever? Do you think that these fixes are all gonna stick? Do you think the patch is playable and stable for yourself and your org? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Shipmas! We're giving away a Mercury Star Runner in December because it's Christmas and we do it every month anyway. Zin, put a Mercury Star Runner in my hand, because that's what we're giving away, and put a hat on it, like a Christmas hat. There you go. That's animation for you, potentially. I just moved my hand around. So just comment on any one of my videos during the month of December to be in for a chance of winning that. Also, maybe give someone special the gift that keeps on giving. I'm talking, of course, about NordVPN. Links below. Also, don't forget Shadow. They do cloud-based gaming stuff, so you can get that as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Click the YouTube join button, like and subscribe, do all that sort of stuff. Thanks for supporting the channel. Merry Christmas. Oh, oh, oh. Mercury Star.